Tract 16 at the Devil's Backbone project in Howell County, Missouri. Direct frontage along its west side on the Mark Twain National Forest and the easement road. So you can literally go directly from your private acreage into thousands, tens of thousands of acres of public land that you can generally use for hunting and camping and hiking. And there are miles and miles of trails and creeks and rivers for fishing and swimming. It's awesome having that adjacent to your property here. And we'll zoom in a minute, but just quickly from the county road. So this is about not even 10 miles northwest of West Plains, Missouri, which is, I guess, the largest kind of regional city in the area. So you've got a pretty good sized city within just a few miles, but it's extremely private. Over here, we've got the couple county roads, but you'd go from West Plains, you'd go north on Highway 63, I believe, for 4 or 5 miles, and go west on County Road 4740, and that's what we're seeing here. You'll come to kind of a crossroads, go north onto County Road 4870, and then after just a few hundred yards, you go left onto the easement road. That's the purple line you see. So you'll take that to the west. By the way, the green shaded area on this map is part of the Mark Twain National Forest, just so you know. So you'll take the gravel easement road into the west, keep on trucking for a little while, and then pretty soon you'll get to a Y in the road, and that's where you're going to go north or right, and that's going to take you up to track 16. So it's one of a handful of tracks that we kind of call the northern tracks at the Devil's Backbone project. So that would be 13 through 19, and this is track 16. So once you go north, you go just a couple hundred yards, and you're going to have the property on the right. So as soon as you go north onto that road and go just a few feet, you've actually got the National Forest. If you stick your left hand out the window, you're in the National Forest. If you stick your right hand out, you're on your property once you get up to track 16 there. So really pretty cool. It is surveyed with the corners marked. 5.6, what do we have? 5.65 acres in size. So nice size property. The bonus on a property like this, yeah, you got your 5.5 or 5.6 acres of private ground, but your backyard is 30 or 40,000 acres of additional land, and it's not down the road or 10 minutes by car or a 2-minute walk. It's right there. You walk to the road, step to the other side, and you're in the National Forest. So additional hunting and camping, all that good stuff. So track 16, you can see right here, it's heavily wooded. We're using an aerial map with the MapRight program base map. You can actually see an old trail crossing over some of these northern tracks. There are all kinds of trails in this area and on this property. It goes back to when it was all essentially one big tract, and it was used just for hunting and recreation for many years. So the old trail system, these trails that you see within the property here, they're not easements for anybody else. They're just old trails. They're going to grow up from non-use at some point, and eventually revert back to timber unless you were to maintain the section on your property. But they're not easements. The only access easement is going to be the easement road along the west side, which is indicated by the purple line here. It's at the far west end of the property. So this trail that you see, that's not giving anyone a right to cross your property. And if you did want to fence that, you certainly could. But just wanted to make that clear that you don't have any worries there. So pretty much all wooded, other than maybe a few small natural clearings. It's going to be more than likely mostly hardwood on the property. Beautiful mixture of timber. You've got some mature timber, some younger timber, red oak, white oak, hickory trees, pine trees in this area. Likely some on the property. In fact, some of these darker trees that you see might be pine trees, but gorgeous tract. And let's switch over to a topo map, because I believe tract 16 is one of these ones that just lays really nicely. Oh, and it does. Gorgeous. So what this topo is telling us is that as you when you're on the easement road on the west side, as you head easterly onto the property, it slopes up gradually for the first couple hundred, 200-300 feet. But we're not talking like a massive steep slope. It slopes up from the road in general for a few hundred feet. You've got a large level area just west of center. And then once you get to the center and go east, it begins sloping down. But it's a gradual slope according to this map. When we see that kind of space on topo lines, that's showing that likely when you're walking, say in this area where the little white hand is, you might not even know that it's sloping down. It might appear to be level. But I mean, feel free to get out there and walk the property if it's available to see. But I mean, if we zoom out a little bit and you look at the topo for the general area, you will see a lot of ups and downs and valleys and ridges. I mean, this is the pure Ozarks here. So to have a property like this tract with so much good usable space is pretty cool. And we'll go back to an aerial map. There we go. So yeah, gorgeous tract. We'll keep this intro short. Looking at the notes I have for this tract, and it doesn't look like there's any kind of existing driveway or site coming off of the easement road on the west. So that kind of gives you an opportunity not only to choose where you may want your driveway, but also to add some value to the property right away, because a well done driveway and cleared site is certainly generally going to add quite a bit of value to a property. Although you can't cut the timber until the property's been paid for in full, we do often give people written exceptions for improvements like a driveway or like a building site. You can contact us for specifics. What we generally can't do is tell you, yeah, go ahead and clear 3 acres worth of timber, unless you've been doing business with us for several years and we've built that up both ways. Then not likely we could do that. But we do have a simple system in place if you just have to remove some timber for a driveway and a site. So get a hold of us for details. Super easy. We just really want to make it easy for folks. So yeah, there you have it. Surveyed property, corners marked, National Forest right there. Awesome tract. If you've been looking, by the way, for properties that border National Forest or public land, they have been getting harder and harder to find. It's like the secret, the cat's out of the bag on public land properties as of about 20 or 30 years ago when the hunters and the recreational buyers started saying, hey, you know what? I might not need 400 acres. I might need a few acres either close to or adjacent to public land. And then I can have my campsite or my deer camp or my private cabin or even home, and I've still got all that extra land to hunt. So it just creates a lot of demand, and obviously that makes things harder to find. So we're out there looking every day for National Forest properties, and it is very rare that we find anything that borders the National Forest that you can actually get to. And in this property, you've got the gravel easement roads, so a truck or an SUV. Four-wheel drive, obviously, is always recommended. But yeah, just a special property. So that's track 16. Check out the other videos. Let us know if you have any questions. We would love to talk to you.